We're watching showers and storms that have been pushing through parts of Alabama and into areas south and west of Atlanta right now. They have been giving some heavy rain, thunder, and lightning for those areas of Alabama. We have not had any severe thunderstorm warnings in Alabama or in Georgia, even though we're watching a few of them on the south side that are on the stronger end there with some heavy rain and also some thunder and lightning. We've got a good bit of thunder and lightning here, Pike and Lamar County there near the Monroe County line. That lightning is really intensifying a little bit more. We also have these storms back in Randolph County trying to move into areas of Heard County and Troup County. Northern Meriwether County has some thunder and lightning there as well. The strongest part of this is to the west of us along I-20 and southward here. That's where we have most of the lightning. This one, and I'm going to show you this on the loop in just a moment, this part on the north side of I-20 has been really interesting to watch because earlier it did have a lot of thunder and lightning with it, but it's almost like in the last 20 minutes or so, the lightning has really reduced. In fact, take a look at this. You can see, look at all that thunder and lightning there as it crossed over 65. And then just look how this all pretty much falls apart, where that lightning count comes way down. Just look at that cluster there in this area north and east of Birmingham with all that lightning. And now as it gets closer to 59 and has passed over 59, that lightning is pretty much all falling apart. So that is a big time weakening trend that we see here with that system now in Alabama. And that's what would be coming in next into West Georgia here north of I-20. We still have to watch this part here coming into Randolph County, also into these areas, maybe just to the south of Cleburne County right here as well. That could still push up into North Georgia or into West Georgia. And we'll just have to keep an eye on that, whether or not it is going to be able to hold together. But we really think the trend of these is that they're going to weaken a little bit more as they get closer to us. No rain in Atlanta right now, but again, we have to watch these showers to the south of us and also over to the west that are trying to push up into our direction. But again, so far nothing is severe, and we really don't think that anything is going to be turning severe as these move into West Georgia. We'll just watch those counties along the Georgia-Alabama line just in case they try to pulse up a little bit. But right now, Atlanta's fine. We have these showers there, as we mentioned, in northern Meriwether County, Pike County, and Lamar County. This one right here on the Lamar and Monroe County line is looking a little more impressive here with mainly good heavy rain. I'll get in a little bit tighter to that for you right now. I'll put this into live mode so you can see where that heaviest rain is. Down 75, there's Barnesville right here. There's the city of Forsyth in Monroe County. So this is in that part of Lamar County, crossing over 75 there north of Forsyth. If you're used to driving through Macon, going through Forsyth and north of that, this is the area we're talking about right here. We do have thunder and lightning in association with that. Another one right here near Zebulon, between Meansville and Zebulon, that's back into Pike County. Just a good heavy rain cell right over East Milner Road near, again, that's just north of Meansville. There's Highway 19. Here's Highway 18 here, and that goes over toward Milner. Zebulon is right here, Williamson-Zebulon Road, where we have just that really heavy rain coming down with thunder and lightning. There will be some gusty winds with that, but again, it is not classified as severe. As you go on more over to the west, you see a few more of these heavier showers. That's as you move into parts of Meriwether County. There's Gay, Georgia, Pedenville, Carmel getting that heavier rain. Harrelson is here. This is along 74 and 362 near Alps, where we have some of those heavier showers, and this moving into Pedenville right now, where we have that heavier shower moving in. We're seeing the lightning count with that, not really looking that impressive either. And then move on over though to the Georgia state line. Here's LaGrange right here. So this is 85 south through Hogansville. Here's LaGrange. 185 takes you down toward Columbus, and this takes you over toward Langdale. So it's just over the line. This is Wadowee, Roanoke, and Wadley. That is in Randolph County, Alabama. And south of that is where we have near Lafayette and north of Casita, and over near Milltown and Davistown. This is where we have that heavier rain with the thunder and lightning still holding together there. So we'll keep an eye on that moving into the southern parts of Randolph County. And we have this ahead of that in Heard County already near Texas. That has some heavy rain with it that is developing, and some lightning there with that too. That's really between Texas and Franklin, right over Viola here, north of Aubrey, near Franklin Parkway too, just south of Rockbridge, where we have that in Heard County where we have some pockets of heavy rain. And then there's more of this. Again, the part that looks most impressive is this in southern Randolph County, moving down to the south of that, and then this pushing up toward Talladega. Pockets of moderate to heavy rain. There's Anniston right here out I-20 in Alabama. And all that's going to keep pushing over into Cleburne and more into Randolph County, where we have those heavier showers that continue to push on through. But again, the stuff on the south side, you see how it's lifting up toward the north and to the east, and we'll see how that's going to hold together, pushing into Griffin and Spalding County and into parts of Coweta County as well. And there's the motion with all that to the west. But again, watch that lightning. Okay, this is so impressive to me, where here's Springville, Oneonta, Albertville, and Gadsden. So along I-59 there. Look at that cluster. You know what? I'm going to go backwards of this. I'm going to do this manually here, because I really want to walk you through this. Okay, so this is going backwards in time. All right, so we're going to go forward here and just look at all that lightning, okay? Over Oneonta. That is it, and right at 8 o'clock. Right over Oneonta, north of Springville, over Moody, getting closer to Albertville and Gadsden, all right? Now let's move ahead a little bit more here. Look at that, how it's moving in between Oneonta and Albertville and Gadsden. Still a good bit of lightning with that, okay? Now watch as this crosses over 59 and gets closer to the Georgia line. Notice that lightning count, and also notice the colors there, the yellows, the reds, and oranges, how they start to disappear, okay? So I'm just going to advance this manually. All right, look at that lightning just disappearing. And the reds and yellows and oranges just disappear. That's a weakening trend, all right? So that's good news for folks north of I-20 here in West Georgia, where, yeah, you may get some rain out of that, but that's a lot weaker than it was a little bit earlier when it was so much more impressive north of Birmingham. And you can kind of see that again as we put this into motion there. Still some showers, though, back behind north of Birmingham, moderate to heavy rain in spots, but the thunder and lightning's really falling apart. But still, this part is holding together, pushing up toward the north and east. So I want Randolph County, Cleburne County, also, as we mentioned, Heard County, Carroll County, Harrison County, and Polk County, to keep an eye on these as they move up toward the north and east. You're going to get some pockets of rain, some thunder and lightning, but we don't expect them to turn severe as they keep moving into your direction. And here's a look at that bigger picture part, where this is the main cluster we're watching in Alabama moving into Georgia. All this to the south is starting to fall apart. Nothing else really big is happening out there. It's just this part right here still holding together. And we'll see if any of that even makes it to Atlanta. We could have a couple of showers coming in from that, but we'll watch that very closely. Here's a live look. This is in Noonan right now, where you can see those heavier, darker clouds. Actually, this is Rome. Sorry, this is up in Rome in northwest Georgia, where, again, that part north of I-20 is just not as impressive as it was a little bit earlier, but still some clouds coming in to parts of northwest Georgia. This is the camera in Noonan, where I have it looking over to the south and west. We just saw a little lightning there in the distance right over here, where we saw some lightning there. Those clouds are getting darker, though. Some of that rain I do think is going to make it to Coweta County and into Noonan, and some of the thunder and lightning that'll be there. But we do think it'll be a little bit weaker by the time it pushes into that area. And I love this. You know, this is one of my favorite tower cams, the one that we have on Arizona Avenue looking toward the city, where things are looking really nice there. But to the west, that's where we have some clouds that are building in. So that's what you see there on the horizon. And the sun just went kind of behind those. And it is now set. The sun went down just a little while ago. So it's officially below the horizon, but we still see some of that pretty light there coming up there from those clouds. Now, we got hot today. Our high temperature was 89 degrees this afternoon. We were just 1 degree away from 90. The average high for this time of year is 87. Now, it was a mild start, 73. And with dew points that are in the lower 70s, that is just a muggy start to the day when you step outside and just really start sweating almost immediately. And that 89 degree temperature is 2 degrees above where we should be for this time of year. But the record's 98. Now, no rain officially at Hartsfield-Jackson. So we still have till midnight to see if any showers are going to push in for the day, to see if we have zero rain for the day, or if we'll get a little bit before midnight if any of that over in West Georgia makes it here. But we're about a little bit more than 1.5 inches above where we should be so far for the year. So speaking of the month of June, here's a look at how much rain we've been dealing with. And the first 3 days of the month were rain-free. The first, second, and third, we didn't have any rain. Then we started seeing that daily rain. Some days had more rain than others, some days just a trace, but you can see some of those days. In fact, the day with the most rain was on the 12th, last Thursday, when we had an inch and a half, more than an inch and a half of rain in a 24-hour period. And then on Friday, a tenth of an inch, a quarter of an inch on Saturday. And then so far, Sunday was dry. So far today, we have been dry here as well. Now, we will be seeing more rain coming up this week, so we will see more numbers here before we get some drier air that's going to start pushing in for the end of the week and the weekend. And with that drier air and lower rain chance, the temperatures are really going to start soaring. We're talking about mid-90s going into the weekend. Here's a look at our temperatures right now. 83 in Atlanta, Marietta, Duluth 85, Peachtree City, Carrollton a little cooler. They've had a few more clouds around, a couple of showers that have been trying to push closer. 78 there, 77 in Carrollton, 81 right now in Gainesville, and more 70s up in North Georgia. During the day on Tuesday, we have another muggy start with temperatures around 73 degrees and all the humidity around. During the day, a mixture of sunshine and clouds. We're just going to be watching those afternoon hours where we see that rain chance coming back at about 50% here for the afternoon hours, where we're going to see some of those scattered showers that'll be developing. A couple of thunderstorms are possible as well. I do think we're going to see a few more tomorrow compared to what we had today. So here's what we're watching, those showers out to the west. Now, we told you at 4, 5, and 6 o'clock that we were thinking this model was overdoing it. We still think that there, as we're not going to see this much rain coming in. As we said, a lot of that stuff north of I-20 is already starting to fall apart some. But still, a couple of showers pushing through and then diminishing. Tomorrow morning, a dry start. At lunchtime, still mainly dry. A couple of little spotty showers could start developing here, but I really think it's going to be mainly afternoon and evening when we see that 50% chance that you'll get hit by a shower in those afternoon hours and also evening hours, some of those sticking around. This takes us to 10 o'clock tomorrow night. Still a few of those showers around. Starting off Wednesday, dry once again. Into the lunchtime hour, mainly dry. And then we'll see a few more showers redeveloping in the afternoon. We're going to go with about a 40% chance for showers on Wednesday. So the rain chances start coming down a little bit from 50% here tomorrow to 40% on Wednesday and on Thursday. Then only a 20% chance for showers Friday and into the weekend. But while we're wishing for drier air and fewer rain showers, just know it's going to be hot as those temperatures really start to rise here. There you see on Thursday, nothing really impressive coming in through noontime, but into the afternoon, that's when those scattered showers are going to start developing. So there's the trend of the rain chances coming down from 50% tomorrow to 40% on Wednesday and Thursday, 20% on Friday as well as on Saturday. And with that, the dew points are still going to be hovering around 70. That's pretty humid air. And even though we start drying out as far as rainfall, by the end of the week and the weekend, the dew points are still going to be in the upper 60s to right around 70 degrees, so it's still going to feel very muggy out there. Now, let's talk about this big temperature change that's going to be moving our way. Now, of course, it's pretty warm, hot out there right now. We're above average, where today we were at 89. Tomorrow we're expecting to be to 89 again. Also on Thursday, upper 80s to right around 90 degrees on Thursday. And then look at the hotter air that's building out to the west. That's going to keep pushing our way. And that heat dome moves in. That helps to dry us out a little bit, but it is also going to make it really hot. On Friday, I do think we'll be there in the lower 90s. And then going into Saturday, look how this heat dome starts coming in around 93 Saturday. And then Sunday and Monday, 94 and 95 degrees as this really hot air is just going to sit on top of us. And that is going to help to suppress any showers with this heat dome, this high pressure over us. We won't have as much lift, but there is enough humidity with that heating, we might get just some isolated showers popping up. That's why we're holding on to that 20% chance for some of those showers for the end of the week and the weekend. Mornings will be mild, generally 72 and 73 degrees, but watch the temperatures. 89 Tuesday and Wednesday, 90 Thursday and Friday, and then 93 on Saturday. And those temperatures continue to climb here in your 7-day outlook, where we're going to have us getting into the mid-90s. Oops, sorry about that. Let's go back to the 7-day. There we are. And you can see what we're watching here with that 50% chance for showers on Tuesday, 89 for a high, 40% chance on Wednesday with 89 for a high once again. Then Thursday and Friday, 90 degrees both days, and a 40% chance for a shower Thursday, 20% chance on Friday, and then holding on to those really low rain chances. But look how we get hot. 93 Saturday, 94 Sunday, and 95 on your Monday. So get ready to get hot. We've got some drier air though coming in, but still with the humidity around, it's just going to feel pretty muggy out there. Thanks for being with us here on this extended update on 11 Alive Plus and Weather Impact 24/7. We'll have more for you coming up tonight at 11 on 11 Alive News, and of course more extended updates throughout the day tomorrow. We hope you have a great day, and thanks for watching.